Why should I file my return, so on and so forth? I think there are some benefits of filing income tax returns too. Now let's look at the positive side of filing income tax return. It's the tax filing season. Come July, all of us are rushing to get our papers in order so that we can complete it before the deadline of 31st of July every year. This year is no different. The 10 conditions that make one mandatory to file an income tax return are as follows. First, if you have income about 2,50,000, then you need to file an income tax return. Irrespective of whether you pay taxes or not, you need to file a tax return. Second, if you have made deposits into the bank upwards of 1 crore rupees, for whatever be the purpose, you need to file a tax return. If you have paid an electricity bill cumulative in the last year of above 1 lakh, you need to file a tax return. If you have a tax deduction at source, which is above 50,000 rupees, you need to file a tax return. If you have traveled abroad and spent more than 2 lakhs, you must file a tax return. If you have assets abroad, if you have a business income above 60 lakhs, professional income more than 10 lakhs a year, if you have a tax collected at source of more than 50,000, and last but not the least, if you have fixed deposits in the bank of above 50 lakhs, in all these criterions, if any of these criterions gets fulfilled, you need to file a tax return, whether you have taxable income or not, my friend. And the last day for this is July 31st, 2022. Now, is it all that bad? Why should I file my return, so on and so forth? I think there are some benefits of filing income tax returns too. Now let's look at the positive side of filing income tax return. First, ever gone for a car loan or a house loan? The first thing they ask you is, can you furnish your tax returns? Right? Your tax return is the proof of your income and your wealth. So it's extremely important to build a credible source and a credible track record. And income tax files play a great role in that. Second, let's say you wanted to claim a refund. The company or the organization that you work for has deducted a lot of tax. You have done some tax saving, but you want to claim that refund. The only way to claim that refund is only if you file your tax return. Third, ever tried going abroad, especially US? You will not meet the visa officer unless you show proof of filing of your tax returns. It's an extremely important document. Especially the visa officer will look at it from a point of view whether you have assets in India and whether you have an earning capability in India, due to which you may want to come back after your project is done or your work is done. If you come under the mandatory slab of having to file a return and you have not filed, you have to pay penalties. So filing a return helps you avoid penalties, in some cases even going to jail. The next one is if you have incurred losses. Let's say you're trading in stocks and you have incurred losses. You cannot carry forward that loss to set off with gains in the future unless you file your tax return before the due date. So extremely important to take cognizance and account for these losses as well. Next up, if you have a loss compensation that you want to claim, let's say you have an injury because of which you need to claim a compensation, or there is a fire in the factory and your company needs to claim, both of these claims will fall back on your tax returns of yours or your company's, as the case may be. Without the tax return, it doesn't get authenticated. So it's extremely important for a lot of statutory purposes to maintain copy of your IT returns. So it's extremely important for all these 6 reasons for you to file your tax returns. Be a good citizen, do your duty, pay your taxes, and more importantly, file your return. The last date is 31st of July, 2022.